Again, this is Old Man PHP. Create PHP video tutorials for the old guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. Hi guys, as I told you in my last video, I found out a few weeks ago that I have cancer and it's been kind of rough, so I figure I'll create some few other videos just so I can talk about what I've created here. This is the actual same form that we had from before, the contact form. I added other stuff, but I also added a whole bunch of stuff. I added these three, of course, two menu bars. This is built dynamically. I'll show you how that works. Then I also added just this piece here just for informational. And if you need to add banners, of course, every website loves to have that big banner. Now I put a little bar here just so I can show you messages. So when you start dealing with the form and you want to update a form or delete a record and stuff, you'll get a message right here. In your real life production, you don't have to have that. You can have it, but you can make this kind of disappear by using display none. And then when you get something, then you make sure that you do the display block on it so that way you can see the messages. And what I did was I rearranged everything. Remember, it was a CRUD system, which you will see a little earlier. I mean, a little later down. You gotta bear with me, man. I've been like the radiation has really killed me a bit, so I kind of run out of steam real fast. Anyway, so I added this thing because with the stuff that I have been showing you before, I showed you in all the videos different commands and what it does and stuff, but I also down like more within well, you got to where the 60 plus, like 61, 62, 63, those videos showing you the actual this website that you can use as a template. You don't have to have all this thing that I have here. I'm going to give it to you anyway. The whole script is big. It's like 3,000 lines. But I'm going to break it down so that way you can kind of see, and I try to understand. And then when you download it to your production, because right now I'm sending it out as a text, all you have to do is change that .txt to a PHP, and then you will load it up on your production server, run it, and then you'll have this website like this. Okay, I put these things here, this menu, because basically a lot of the menus in any website is usually a home, about us, or you can call it whatever you want. You got affiliation if you want to add that. You got your images, website. I put this in there, and I also put in the font awesome icons right here, and I'm going to show you later what it looks like. And of course, you did it on all of these. Put in the phone thing here, and of course, this is a regular logo. This thing is also an awesome font icon. So what I did was, you can take this website, right, and you can say, oh, okay, I like that style, I could do this. Oh, I don't need this, I'm gonna add this, but it's a good idea to have that Facebook pin person or whatever social like on top here. And it's a great idea to have the phone number so people can go real quick. You know what I'm saying? And if you hit the contact, it'll rush you down real quick. And the footer is real cool. It's a good idea to have it in case you want to go straight down there real fast and not really waste time. I always suggest that when you create these websites, that you put things that you need and what your clients want, and the type of clientele that you need. But basically, it's all the same, right? You can make the letters black and have background white. I mean, it's up to you. And I'll show you. Anyway, so I did was, normal website normally have an introduction what the website does. And in my case, I just wanted to show that, look, 3 different types, right? We got the CSS. I was supposed to change these things to the different icons like CS. I was going to make this CSS, PDS, but because I couldn't have the time, then I lost my Adobe Illustrator. And that really hurt. That sucks. Anyway, I'm just trying to explain here. You can change this to whatever you want. I just did it my way. You always have your title, you have your icon. If you don't want to have an icon there, it's up to you. You just leave it out. And of course, that 3 paragraph, you can put whatever you want. You got 1 paragraph, 2 paragraph, 3 paragraph, whatever you want. And you got your pictures, and as you can see, it has parallax, right? I made the background images stay as you scroll when it moves. Gives you that little. So you can use this for anything. You can even use this for like menus, like I did with a catering place. Remember this? It was created when I was showing you the actual contact form. Yeah, I had this here to create, but I also changed it too because I broke it down in two columns, and then I added an extra column in the bottom just showcasing 4 columns. And of course this button just to make you bounce, because sometimes when you're on a website you're reading and you're like really deep, you don't want to keep doing the scroll thing like this, so you just hit a button and it takes you real straight and right up to the menu. So it's a good idea to have these little things. Also a good idea to have letters a little bigger. Right now I'm just using this thing called System-UI as the type of fonts. You don't have to do that. I just like the look. I just have to make it more darker, because websites, when you do create your website and you put it through some tests, they like to see that the contrast is heavy, because you're going to have people that are looking at your website that have bad eyesight, and they need to be able to see the contrast easy. You want the scores to be high too, so it's a good idea. You can have this as different pictures, whatever you want. You're going to see what I'm talking about. Look, I also did another parallax in between just to give it a little about us, and look, this is a reversal of what this is. See? And I gave it an overlay of a darker color. It will look something more like this background. See? Well, this is kind of bluish. And I made it is bluish, but you don't see it because I have an overlay that's dark. The same idea, little picture. Of course, you got your icons. And of course, same thing, affiliation. You can break it down. You can do whatever you want, but I'm just giving you pages. I mean, the sections that you can use. And if you don't want to use this section, just take it out. Take it out. Just go to the section, delete them from there to there, and when you see the actual script itself, it'll all be there. And I'll show you where you can take that and what to take out and all that. Okay. Same idea. I use another thing. See how you have your cursor. Let me see what's going on here. It's moving a little quicker here. Oh, you know what it is? It's this. Wow. It's funny how Firefox do things a little different than in Chrome. This thing is kind of moving like a fluid, like water. Anyway, this is what it looks like with another overlay over it. Didn't have enough pictures, so I kind of used pictures of food and certain things. Then I also kind of broke it down. This is where I'm using the keyframe anime. That you can get that from CSS. It gives you this, makes you do this stuff, I think. I kind of broke it down here so you can learn more about it, so you don't have to go look for it. But this could be anything, right? You get a little title, whatever it is that you're selling, or whatever it is, and you want somebody to give CTA, the button, right? People to, but it has a phone number. You don't really have to have a phone number. You could go to another another page, or straight to the form. It's your choice. And of course you saw this rotating images, right? I showed you there's a website at the moment that does my finance, excuse me, right? And then I did the membership system from before, so I added more stuff to it, what it does, why memberships is a good idea, subscription. You do whatever you want. You don't want this whole section, you don't have to, it could be different things. And then I want to do special because I know people like to have this type of, what is that, banner to be more, either could be static like this, or it could move, where is it, like this, different pitches, right, like sliders, or you can just have a wonderful video right behind it like this. And I did just left the title and the button what to go to if you want it, but look, you can even show the actual how to have video. So I took this particular template website and added all the things that people possibly will want. It's kind of universal type things, and let's figure, well, why not put in the video and stuff, so one day the guy wants to have videos, so all we have to do is get rid of the other stuff. I keep this stuff and move it around and add it. Just take pieces from section and section. You get it? It's a piece of section. I'm going to show you. And of course, you remember this website design. You click on these things and open up into another. I also added another section with showing you charts that you can use PHP and JavaScript with. Something called Chart.js that helps you get this done. And right now it's static. The videos is actually this actual values are just static, but you can read a database and enter that information. And as you got there, so I only added these two different charts, but you can get a lot of different charts by going to Chart.js. Then I also added this other section, the zigzag layout, where you can have like, look, I can make all these few letters a little more bigger than these here. And of course you can have these things, and then you got the 3 sections, and of course I made them in different sizes. You have a bigger logo, you got a smaller logo, whatever you want. It's up to you. Then I also added another section. I called it the landing page. It explains what the landing page does. The go to action button right here. Yeah. This could be really big. It could take the whole screen, because whatever you like. It's also parallax. And of course I broke this down just like I did with the other ones over here. See? Where is it? Just like these guys. See, like these guys. And then you got your videos, chat, and then you got your and of course you saw this one too, right? Gave you web application icon. Same thing from Awesome, Font Awesome. And these are ones you normally will use. So you could get it from the script, or you can go ahead and from the Font Awesome website. And as you can see, then I added a section for all the stuff I created a long time ago, But using the same technique. It's all using boxes. Everything is in boxes. So I use the same thing. Like this one is different, but you can tell it's like broken down just like the other ones, right? Like I showed you above here. Like these things here, like that, right? So, and it's all boxes. Everything is boxes. This one is more for like emails and a different other website. Excuse me. I'm tired because radiation really puts you. Anyway, so I'm going to show you a lot of this stuff. Anyway, here's the contact form. Remember from before. Spread it out a little better. I added these other guys. Then of course your image carousel. You can move this around. And you got the slider images. You can have your own different buttons, different types of buttons, or whatever you want. I just did it kind of like this, you know. And then if you wanted a tab box, you could use a tab box. First, second. Oops. Now the reason why this is jumping is because of the actual charts. I have to put it in JavaScript, but I'm gonna have to make it sure that it's with that once you put it in once, that's it. Not to keep. Must be sitting between some kind of JavaScript command that's making it you know, print itself out constantly. And then you have, of course, another form that I added for you. And like I mentioned, I don't have a lot of pictures. I'm using pictures of food. All the form, the same thing that you would do, right? And then you got your customer thoughts in case you wanted to add, you know, like testimonies. And then, and of course, this is the same thing as the other one. And then you get your bottom parts. This is the actual footer. 3 different sections with different pages, right? And that's what that does. So on the next video, right, I will go straight to this part, the actual menu itself. We'll discuss the menu and we'll discuss this the banner and this section right here where you collect information. Okay, so until next time, man, give me your likes, please. This can help me out. This way I can maybe start making some money to help me out with the medical bills. It'll probably take a long time, but at least if you give me some likes, that will help me out. Until next time, a good night.